Hey, my lovely Leos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Dr. Leona coming in for your weekly reading. This is for the week of March 23rd all the way to the 31st. We have quite a lot happening in the cosmos in this next and last week of March. If you'd like to learn more about Vedic Astrology, please come on over to my Patreon page. That's where you'll find unlimited extended videos, including the extended video for this reading, and over 700 of them, all for a $10 bill. And each week I produce over 34 videos, and about 12 to 14 come onto YouTube. The rest are over on Patreon. So you get quite a lot for your money if you decide to join us there and become a member of our thriving soul family. This one wanted to come out. We're gonna see what that was. It's very supportive over there, and I find that people are like connecting and making friends, and I'm like, I didn't expect that. I didn't know what to expect, but that's pretty cool. I mean, I support other readers on Patreon myself, and honestly, I've never become friends with any, no, that's never happened. So I think it's a pretty special group of people. So I'm very excited to be able to invite you in and welcome you myself, where I do Vedic astrology birth charts for you for free for my VIPs. Everybody at every level gets free birthday tarot readings. If your birthday is coming up, give yourself a birthday gift or have someone give it to you by supporting me over there on Patreon. The other thing we do, which is really kind of, I think, a little different, I don't hear many readers talk about this, is I support the Elephant Aid International charity with my Patreon proceeds. I know I'm supposed to keep money for myself, but in my chart, I can't really do that. I mean, I can't really do that. It's not something I'm supposed to do. So I do donate regularly to Elephant Aid International, and elephants are the physical manifestation of the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is called Guru. Elephants are gurus on Earth. If you want to have expansion and growth, if you want to increase your luck, if you want to remove obstacles in your life, that's part of how you do it. That's a Vedic remedy. Hopefully you find that helpful, and we'll be able to start to live a more fruitful, productive life. Yeah, I know, it's kind of cool. What was this card that popped out? Healing. All right, my beautiful Leos, I'll use it as the first card. We have the Four of Swords there. Healing is coming in, and Emperor is also coming in. Maybe there's going to be healing within a family. There is definitely a decision in your favor. And I am wondering here if someone in the collective has experienced a recent death in the family. If you have, I am sending you so much light and love. In fact, that just happened where I just lost an uncle like a day ago. So I have one planet in Leo. I'm not projecting because this literally just happened. But seeing this here, and why I say that is because that's a person in a coffin, and it is the very first card. But family ties, I think, are about to be healed. There is going to be a decision in your favor, possibly this fall. 3, 2, 6, I said that. 10:23 on the clock. Wow, you guys. Okay, so those are some of my synchronicities, and 10:23 is a date that's of particular importance for me. One of my gurus was born on that day. I've been working with Siddha gurus for the last 15 years, and so one in particular, my guru. But there's a limited number of Siddhas in the world, and it's a pretty interesting culture, and I've just been so very happy, and my life has changed completely since I really began to use these Vedic remedies, Ayurvedic medicine. How much has my life changed? Well, I am a long-term cancer survivor. The Empress, you guys. We have the Emperor coming in, and now we have the Empress. 422, that's when Jupiter moves into Vedic Aries. If you like tropical astrology, Jupiter will be moving into Taurus. Either way, whether it's affecting your family, whether it's affecting your physical life. Family is your physical life, so we're going to have very similar energies. Just one leans more toward home, and the other leans more toward your physical body and yourself. Sort of issues of the self. Oh, and there he is. So what did I say? The Emperor coming in. I'm not lying. I'm not lying, you guys. there is someone you may have met through work in particular. Some of you anyway could resonate for, but they see you as taming the tiger within, perhaps within yourself, but also within them. I also see someone here connected to you, could be you, but I think it's someone connected to you, born the year of the tiger. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leos. Oh, and here's that Jupiter. What did I say? Jupiter and donating to elephants. And so as a cancer survivor, it started when I was a teenager and I really wasn't making a lot of headway with it. And then before I even turned 30, I had a recurrence and I was given 2 years to live. Well, that was 22 years ago. Right, so I'm obviously, over 50 now, but that's okay. That's a celebratory thing. And I still am pretty freaking hot, so I'm not too worried about it. But I really feel like, for people to understand how that happened, it happened through Vedic astrology, through the Vedas themselves and the ecosystem of the Vedas, including Ayurvedic medicine. Yes, I'm a practitioner. I kind of integrate it with my more traditional healing practice that I have in real life. Yes. Oh, I've done all kinds of things. I've worked in entertainment for a long time. I've been a New York Times bestselling author. Don't worry, I'm not like Stephanie Meyer or something. I'm no one that's super famous. I'm not famous at all. But I do see that you could be. And I also think that there's a divorce here coming in for some of you. I think that some of you are going to be getting some monies. If it's not through a divorce, this could be through a job. Capricorn energy, 10th house energy here. There's what's in your 10th house. Oh, wow. I'm just thinking about my 10th houses. I am projecting here a little bit. As I'm going along, I'm like, where is my 10th house? And yeah, my 10th and 11th houses are both in the same sign. And that has to do with like your ascendant. When I'm doing a chart, I'm very math based. So when I'm doing your chart, I will look at the degrees to which you are an ascendant, and that could create cusp energy within a chart. Other Vedic astrologers don't always do that, but they also don't incorporate tropical astrology in the way that I do. I really do feel both are relevant in the 21st century because both are present in the 21st century, and we are all alive at this time. So the energies are the energies. Some people label it as this, others label it as that, and I'm here to say the truth is probably somewhere in between. That's kind of my take on it. I guess I'm a moderate in that way. A moderate in terms of astrology, hey, it happens. I also find that there's consistencies with astrology, especially Vedic astrology and psychology or personality types. It's very interesting to see the correlations there. And, Carl Jung, one of the fathers of psychology, his work on synchronicity and how we may not be able to see the causality, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, is something that people that believe in tarot should be 100% behind. And in fact, it led to Wolfgang Pauli receiving a Nobel Prize in physics because of working with Carl Jung on synchronicity and trying to find the invisible causality behind events that you just don't know what happened and it felt magical, but there is some reason behind it. There is a scientific explanation behind it. So yeah, hey, this is all connected. And my goodness, Leo, my beautiful Leos, you have someone here. Oh, I think that this guy, if you have an emperor here, they are coming in. They do want to have joy with you. This is probably going to be a second marriage. There is also this big couple love coming in for those of you that identify as an empress. There is love here. And you could be your strength and your continued efforts through whatever work you're doing. It could be working with a therapist on your therapy journey. It could be any number of ways that you are working hard. Maybe you're working hard on your physical body. Maybe you're trying to get healthier. Maybe you're working toward, getting a degree. Whatever journey you're on, where you have to put in a lot of work, it does look like you're going to meet an emperor through that, or this emperor is going to come to you while you're on that journey. and we have ninth house energy here, that's where I see second spouses, second marriages. So it could just be a second commitment, but I don't know. I'm sort of feeling like someone here is probably going to get married. This Capricorn energy is vexing me a little bit. I'm not sure why. I do think it's possible some of you could have been in love, possibly with somebody that was very controlling. There could have been a codependency there. But Leo energy, I mean, you know, we actually, that Leo energy, as I experience it, there's a lot of generosity of spirit. So you tend to let people kind of roll with whatever they are. And it's not like you're a doormat, but after a certain amount of time, you're like, yeah, you're just acting like not right and you need to stop. And they're like, well, you never said anything before. And your response is always, well, I was just hoping you'd sort of get it out of your system. I just because sometimes you kind of hang back and kind of let people, you know, spin their tires until they get tired, and you're like, all right. And then when then things calm down, and then you can, you know, sort of say, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But I do see this energy of a decision in your favor and love and a new beginning coming in for you. It could be through a job. Some of you could be getting a job offer. There is some energy in the universe that's telling me that it's just a matter of time before this big decision comes in with a career situation. So I do think some of you have that energy. This isn't a strictly love or career reading. I don't know how readers do that, honestly. I mean, sometimes I'll do like a timeless tarot or a twin flame reading, and I'll just I'll still see career things and I'll say whatever I see. So I do see a lot of energy of work and career, and there's enough earth energy here to tell me that this is part of your karma and your dharma. Earth energy always relates to both. For earth signs and any earth placements you have, my beautiful Leos, in your chart, we have all signs in our chart. All 12 signs are represented in a birth chart. So we do get attached, right, to like the sun sign. That's part of tropical astrology. In Vedic astrology, the big thing to look at is your moon as well as your ascendant, because your ascendant is your physical life. What planets are there, what sign that's in is super important to understanding how things are going to manifest for you, and understanding what's the equivalent of a lunar house in tropical astrology. In Vedic astrology is called a nakshatra. So understanding that nakshatra for your moon sign particularly. And then there's other things like a mahadasha, antadarsha. We can look at any number of charts to clarify. One of my big sort of tricks as a Vedic astrologer is to look at the D60 to get clarification on someone's birth chart. When I see malefic or difficult placements, the D60 is like a 60 times magnification of the Rashi or birth chart. And boy, do I get some serious clarity after that. Things that look problematic may not be, and things that look like they're fantastic also may not be. So that's kind of how I roll. I like to be thorough. It's a real thing. It has to do with the PhD, actually, right? So that's a real thing. Leona Mercury is obviously my brand, but I am really truly a PhD. And that research, that analysis, that's like a thing that I learned over a long period of time, like a 10-year journey for me there. Wow, you guys, I see wish fulfillment coming in, and it is going to be, sorry guys, hold on. I need a water break. It is going to be part of this healing journey within a family. I think that some of you also need to pay attention, because someone that's passed and that's on the other side, they are trying to send you messages. So you might be seeing synchronicities, you might be getting signs. And if you want to come over to Patreon after this and check out the extended video or any of my extended videos, I often get, like I said, all 12 signs are in your birth chart. I often hear, and I'm hearing it right now particularly I'm hearing Greg. And Edward is coming through yet again. There's an Edward. There's someone on their side calling out the name Edward over and over again in almost every video. It's coming out. So that's something that if these things resonate for you, please come on over to Patreon. I do try to, bring in the messages that I can, but I do have to work. And I mean, if you think about 34 videos a week, you kind of can gauge the time, and I'm just one person. So I do have a job and a family, and I actually just can't keep bringing in messages all day long. So I do hold 2 events during the course of the year, just specifically to get those messages out to you guys. One is called Messages from Spirit, and that's in June, toward the end of June, and that's to commemorate a festival that one of my ancestors started in New Orleans. I am a NOLA reader. I'm not in New Orleans right now. I'm traveling for work and visiting family, and so that's where I am right now. But typically when you see my videos, I'm in the French Quarter, and you can kind of hear that I've got these really high ceilings in that office space, because it's my voice echoes, and here the ceilings are much lower. Like if you were, let's say if you were, over 6 feet tall, you might feel a little bit claustrophobic here. I am not over 6 feet tall, so I'm good to go. I've got double Pisces energy coming out, so that could be important to you guys. It does look like there's going to be some kind of travel, possibly. This wish fulfillment with the escape card connecting and with the world and the ancestors. We've got the guru energy here. Slowly, someone's going to be coming to some recognition. And it could be a person. It could be an adult child for some of you. It could be a teenager. It could be someone in your energy, a niece or nephew. There could be someone coming through in your life, in your physical life, that's going to help you escape the negatives of like a family narrative. I'm almost getting here that someone in the Leo collective has been scapegoated by family members in some way, and that there's going to be this intense healing that's going to happen. And as you heal for you, and hopefully within the family as well, and as you heal, you're going to see your life like level up like you've never seen before in terms of work, opportunities for jobs. People will start looking at you. All of a sudden you'll get an offer, to like go cover a medical conference or something. And you're like, okay. I'll see you through all this. You meet people who are going to help you to expand your world. And one of those people could in fact be a future spouse. Wow. And you're going to be getting that wish fulfillment. And with the Hangman in reverse, it keeps coming out that way. If you look back at my early videos, which this channel started a year ago, next month. And when you look back at early videos, this Hangman in this same deck always came out in reverse. Even if I physically turn it around and put it back in the deck, it would come out in reverse. I do not know why. It is the only card in the deck that is upright when it's reversed. So this is somebody that's getting a clear perspective on a relationship, perhaps. They know what they really want now, and they want to move towards that. They want to escape towards that. They may be having to deal with another person in their energy. So like, not all divorces are simple. Not all endings to relationships are easy. If you have children, together, grandchildren together, other family members that you are trying to create a sense of cohesion after a legal, like, separation of yourselves and your monies and your assets and all that. So there is something happening here where we have some energy of trying to navigate that kind of a complicated situation. So it doesn't mean that someone's cheating. I don't think that's happening at all, necessarily. But wow, okay. Yeah, you guys, there's definitely a marriage in the future coming in. In fact, I see this as potentially a proposal. Some of you also may be putting in an offer on a home. I don't know if it's your dream home. It may or may not be. But I do see that happening, being able to take action. Someone at the page to a Knight energy is very positive momentum. And especially with the Knight of Swords, although that's aggressive, that can be very aggressive. There's just going to be suddenly very fast movement. And so that fast movement can often lead to self-sabotage. So be careful. And whatever's happening here with the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, that could be part of that. Yeah. You know what? Don't worry about it. I mean, you'll see it happening. You probably know it's already happening. It's almost like after a very long, hard battle, I wouldn't be surprised to see the 6 of Wands come out at some point, perhaps in the extended, but I definitely see a partnership here, and a new relationship. And we have the Empress represented and the Emperor. And before we started the reading, I said that you had an Emperor coming in, and the Emperor did show up in the second line of your reading. So right, pretty much in the first like 5 minutes of the reading, there he was. So it does look like someone's deciding to manifest a relationship with you. You could be at a distance, or they could be, you could be younger, or they could be. This is more manifestation energy. Queen of Wands is your card, my beautiful Leos. So this is oh my God, you guys. Jeez. Oh, wow. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to leave that there, but I just want to show you this energy here. So the only sort of negatives I saw came out toward the end here, the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. I don't know what the burdens are, but I can say that no matter what you're doing, if you're trying to form a new relationship, there's always going to be burdens, especially if you're doing that in midlife. So this is the beautiful energy of a new partnership starting. Sagittarius energy, 9th house energy again. That's what to me is a second marriage. This is more partnership. So not only are you in an intimate relationship with this person, you two will be partners. You may travel together. You may have more than one house in different parts of the country or different parts of the world. You might end up, having to travel to see one another. Someone may have an office like somewhere else, or may have to, travel for work like I do, right? So, and I don't know, there's something about that. And this Mercury energy does indicate more transactional energy, communication, travel, transportation, technology, and somehow through all this, through that energy of Gemini, that's where Mars is right now, by the way. And it's in something called Mrigasira, which is represented by the stag. Mars is warlike energy. Stags do tend to fight quite a lot. But then we have all of this leading to you. I think that's why you find your Emperor, because Mars is in that Gemini, is in that place until May. So you may have someone already lined up. They're coming in. You see these two people are looking at each other. This is your energy with your divine counterpart. And we did see the Emperor show up, and we did see a lot of Empress energy. So I feel really positive for you, my beautiful Leos. I'm just going to put this over here, and I'll clarify it as well as the other cards. But it's kind of getting crowded over there. So I do see some tough energy coming up, but I want to make sure that everyone feels good about this reading and your future moving toward the end of March, because you have this opening up of communication through technology, travel, transportation, and you'll see it reflected in your professional life. You'll see it reflected in your personal life. Some of you are going to be able to buy a house. That could be coming through. Others of you, you're going to be getting a proposal at some future point. The energy of this last week of March is going to lead to Mercury moving into Aries. Venus did that on the 12th of March. And we have also happening in last week's readings, Saturn making a big move into a new, again, lunar house equivalent or nakshatra called Shatabisha. If you want to know more about that, it's a once in 30-year cycle. So if you're feeling like there's almost an end of an era and a new one is being ushered in for you, you would not be wrong. That movement is taking us from basically now all the way until October, at which point a new destiny like track is going to be activated by the north and south nodes at the end of November. If you want to hear more about any of this, if you want to be able to do what I did, to survive anything, to outlive prognoses that are based on hundreds of different peer-reviewed medical studies, and totally, have your doctors scratching their heads saying, why are you still here? If you want to beat the odds, come on over to Patreon, join our soul family there. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. You can just watch videos if that's all you want. Absolutely, no problem. Enjoy. There's a lot of them for you to look at, and just for $10 today, you'll see over 700 videos. I mean, that's the best value in tarot. It really is. Because even people that charge less, like $3.99 a video, if you watch just 6 videos, it's $24. There's like no comparison, you know. There's no comparison. And the video library archives just keep getting bigger and bigger because I literally produce 34 videos a week. You know, and all of them end up on YouTube. About 14 do, and then the rest are on Patreon. So it's pretty good. I look forward to seeing you over on Patreon, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leos. What I've been doing lately is clearing the deck. I know it feels wrong on some level, but I found I don't want to take these away. I may not clear those because that's the ultimate message of the reading. We did see the progress and how that might manifest, and that was pretty special. I'm just going to keep these here because what I'm going to do is get more insights on this couple here, how this manifests. Is someone moving? Is that required for you to meet this person or to have this interaction? And where is that relationship coming from? So I want to learn more about the Emperor. We're going to turn all these cards over in the extended. I'd like to learn more about the job offer. I see a job offer coming in, money coming in. Some of you may be buying a home. Are my lovely Leos going to have a second chance at love for those of you that have never been married before? I did see that. If you have been married before, I did not see first marriage on there, but that doesn't mean it won't show up in the extended. I'm also hearing now the name Amy is coming in and it's not letting me ignore. Like I'm not able to ignore that or push it to the side. I'm also hearing something about Persephone. That could be your name, Persephone. And then I always do a bonus card over here. This is about any kind of healing, family healing. I wanted to see how that journey was going as well. So let's go check in over on Patreon for this extended. And oh, my beautiful Heidi Messenger is reminding me right now, look, Leo, you have the fox. You will escape. If you're in any situation where you feel like you need to have an escape hatch, there is an escape hatch in your chart probably too, and it's coming in for you. You have to be patient, you have to be clever, and you have to be agile. That means that when things don't go your way, don't panic. Just know that the universe has your back and that you will find a solution. To every problem, there is a solution. We don't see it because we could be surrounded by negative people and or narcissists who want us to fail. This morning, I was having a conversation with a family member and I was saying, you know, do you think that this offer that I made to get this office space, do you think that's going to work out? And they said, you know what? I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to contact us if it doesn't. I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would they not contact us? That was them and their narcissism coming through where they like to control people. And typically that would be me orbiting them. Oh, what do you mean? What's that? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, call. You know, and I would become dysregulated. And today what happened was this. I said, oh, that sounds absurd to me because any professional taking the same classes you've taken are going to know that they need to call if someone doesn't get the lease, you know, or the sale or whatever it is, you know. So of course they're going to call. But I'm just wondering if the fact that we haven't heard means that maybe that's a positive thing, that we'll hear in a couple of hours that in fact we did get this. And they just aren't able to reflect on happier, positive things in a happier, positive way because of their personality disorder. So that's there, my beautiful Leos. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. You just can't get joy out of the people that don't want to give it to you. So you have to fill your cup in other ways. It looks like all that's coming in for you. So I'm happy for you, lovely Leos. I'll pull 3 Oracle cards in the extended, so come on over and I'll see you there. Until then, have a great week. Bye now.